Today we're going to do a real loud. So we're going to read the book Last Stop on Market Street. What do you notice when looking at the cover? Where do you think they're going?
I see a little kid with a woman and two coins. Also, a bus with people. And I think they're going to their work.
That's a great guess. We're gonna have to read the book to find out. Before we read the book, we have to learn some words that are very important for the book. First, we have freckled. Do you know the word freckled?
No.
Okay, so some people know it because of the freckles they have on their face. But this time, we're gonna use freckled for when it rains and you get the rain on your shirt and on your clothes and you get like little dots of rain and it looks like freckles on your shirt. It's because it's freckled, the shirt. The next word is thirsty. I like these pictures. You can see in this picture, there's a boy who really needs water. When you're thirsty, it's because you really need water. Then we have strings, which are the strings of a guitar. It's the lines that are helpful for the music, so you can listen to the music. Then we have a graffiti, which are the paintings on the walls in the streets. When you're walking through the city, maybe you can see graffitis. And finally, aroma, which you say the same in Spanish, is when you smell something very good, usually food.
With our nose?
Yes, we smell it with our nose, just like this picture shows. So this book is about being thankful of what we have. Can you name something you're grateful for today?
I'm grateful for my two dogs that I love so much.
I love that. So let's start. CJ pushed through the church doors, skipped down the steps. The outside air smelled like freedom, but it also smelled like rain, which freckled CJ's shirt and dripped down his nose. He ducked under his Nana's umbrella, saying, "How come we gotta wait for the bus in all this wet?" "Trees get thirsty too," his Nana told him. "Don't you see that big one drinking through a straw?" CJ looked for a long time, but never saw a straw. Why do you think CJ is not happy?
Because he's getting wet and has to take the bus wet.
And have you ever felt like that, not happy?
Yes. When my parents don't give me ice cream for dinner.
And what helped you feel better?
When I finished my broccoli dinner, I ate some ice cream as dessert.
So you did something good and you had as a reward the ice cream. Let's continue. Boy, what do we need a car for? We got a bus that breathes fire. And old Mr. Dennis who always has a trick for you, said Nana. The bus creaked to a stop in front of them. It sighed and sagged and the door swung open. Why does Nana say, "We've got a bus that breathes fire"?
I think because there's I don't know if it's a dragon or a snake in the side of the bus.
Yes, there's maybe, I don't know. Is it a dragon? Is it a snake? We don't know, but maybe it's because of that, yeah. I really like your idea. The bus lurched forward and stopped. Lurched forward and stopped. Nana hummed as she knit. "How come we always gotta go here after church?" CJ said. "Miguel and Colby never have to go nowhere." "I feel sorry for those boys," she told him. "They'll never get a chance to meet Bobo or the Sunglass Man. And I hear Trixie got herself a brand new hat." CJ stared out the window, feeling sorry for himself. He watched cars zip by on either side, watched a group of boys hop curves on bikes. So, there's a new word here that we didn't learn before, and it is the word lurched. It's at the beginning of the page. The bus lurched forward and stopped. Do you know what lurched means?
No.
Lurch means that it suddenly moved. The bus suddenly moved forward and then stopped. Moved forward and stopped. I have an idea. Let's count how many syllables does the word lurch have. You're gonna have to do an applause for me, okay? 1, 2, 3. Lurched. How many syllables does it have?
1.
Excellent. It has 1 syllable. A man climbed aboard with a spotted dog. CJ gave up his seat. How come that man can't see? Boy, what do you know about seeing? Nana told him. Some people watch the world with their ears. That's a fact. Their noses too, the man said, sniffling at the air. That's a mighty fine perfume you're wearing today, ma'am. Nana squeezed the man's hand and laughed her deep laugh. Look at the different people on the bus. What do you notice?
Miss, I noticed a lot of things. There's CJ and his grandma. There's also a dog there with a person. I don't know why he has glasses inside of the bus, but he has a glasses and a steak. And maybe another grandma too with butterflies, and a bald guy with tattoos, and a woman there sitting down.
You asked about the man with the glasses. Remember that we read about a man that can't see?
Oh, you're right. So he's blind.
Yes, the people that can't see and that they're blind sometimes wear those kind of glasses. Let's continue. 2 older boys got on next. CJ watched as they moved on by and stood in back. Sure wish I had one of those, he said, looking at the headphones and the cell phone with the music. Nana set down her knitting. What for? You got the real life thing sitting across from you. Why don't you ask the man if he'll play us a song? CJ didn't have to. The guitar player was already plucking strings and beginning to sing. To feel the magic of music, the blind man whispered, I like to close my eyes. Nana closed hers too, and so did CJ and the spotted dog. Let's close our eyes for a second and try to feel the music. And in the darkness, the rhythm lifted CJ out of the bus, out of the busy city. He saw sunset colors swirling over crashing waves, saw a family of hawks slicing through the sky, saw the old woman's butterflies dancing free in the light of the moon. CJ's chest grew full, and he was lost in the sound, and the sound gave him the feeling of magic. How does CJ's thinking changing?
I think that he started realizing that being on the bus is cool. So I think that he now appreciates that going in the bus is really fun.
Yes, he has. He looks at things with a better approach. Last stop on Market Street, Mr. Dennis called. CJ looked around as he stepped off the bus. Crumbling sidewalks and broken down doors. Graffiti-tagged windows and boarded-up stores. He reached for his Nana's hand. How come it's always so dirty over here? She smiled and pointed to the sky. Sometimes, when you're surrounded by dirt, CJ, you're a better witness for what's beautiful. CJ saw the perfect rainbow arcing over the soup kitchen. He wondered how his Nana always found beautiful where he never even thought to look. Where did CJ and Nana go?
To the soup kitchen?
Yes, and how did you know that?
You just told me.
Yes, because it says in the book. When he spotted their familiar faces in the window, he said, I'm glad we came. How does CJ feel now?
I think that he feels happy and glad that he's there.
And how do you know that?
Because I see a smile on his face.
Yeah. So I want to ask you, can you find the word the on this page? On this sentence?
There.
So let's read the sentence together. When he spotted their familiar faces in the window, he said, I'm glad we came. Excellent job. So I'm gonna ask you some questions now. How did CJ change from the beginning to the end of the story?
CJ at the beginning of the story, he was boring, he was sad and he whined a lot. And now he's really happy and glad that he took the bus.
Yes, perfect. And what do you think this story teaches us?
That maybe we have to appreciate all of the things in our life and don't whine too much.
Yes, and someone who was like that was Nana, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be more like that, thankful and caring. So we're gonna do a review of the vocabulary. Can you use one of these words in a sentence? You can choose whichever you want.
The strings help make the sounds of the guitar.
That's a great sentence. I really like it. Now we are going to work on a worksheet where you have to create sentences about what CJ learned, and you can also draw it here. You're gonna have a sentence starter. CJ learned that, and then you write whatever you want. For example, CJ learned that even though it's all very dirty, you can see the beauty in some things like in the sky. And after that, we're gonna have to do a compare and contrast between CJ and his Nana. We have to think, and what are they different? And what are they the same?